Wide receiver is pretty much set for the Denver Broncos, but they could still look to better their depth at the position. When looking for fits at receiver, it is more about complementary skill sets and traits rather than being scheme fits specifically. Seth Williams out of Auburn is a highly thought of prospect and can go well before Denver would be actually willing to take a receiver. That is just fine because with what they already have at the receiver core, Williams is just redundant and not needed. Not only does he not bring that complementary skill set as he does what Courtland Sutton does, but he also struggles with separation. There are a lot of similarities with Sutton out of college with Williams in regards to where they're strong at and where they need to improve, like route running. Wake Forest receiver Sage Surratt is also of that similar mold of being that contested catch getter. It once again comes down to getting those complementary skill sets because at least Surratt can get decent separation. Much like Williams, there is a lot to like about what Surratt brings as a prospect, but the fit just isn't there with Denver. If Denver did look his way, it could lead to a really clunky receiver core that could do more harm than good. The final receiver is local Colorado State receiver Warren Jackson that is going to have an interesting transition to the NFL. Jackson is a bigger jump ball receiver, which is enough to rule him out, but also struggles to separate from defenders. With what he does and doesn't do, Jackson could actually see himself go undrafted because he isn't overly physical despite his size. He has issues getting off press coverage as well as being a run blocker, and that should all but take him off the board for Denver. You can always look to better the depth, and that could be what happens with the Broncos receiver core. However, they want guys who can fit with what they already have, unless they are willing to let a couple of guys go at the top in the next year or so. For Mile High Huddle, I'm Eric Trickle.